Ooh. Oh, here I go again. Falling in love all over. Oh, here I go again. The cycle never ends. Oh, just pray you don't get burned. Oh, here I go again. There's fire inside of me. I'm making you a coat of pink cashmere. You got to know how I feel about you, baby. I always want you near. I'm making you a coat of pink cashmere. Oh! Ooh, 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 ooh. I'm making you a coat of pink hazmat. Oh! You got to know how I feel about you, baby. I got my paws all over you, baby. Gonna give you bad dreams, baby. I'm putting you in a coma, corona coma, baby. Ooh, 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 ooh. I am not alone. I'm making you a coat of pink cashmere. Ooh. You got to know how I feel about you, baby. I've been listening to Prince all day, so I thought if we're in Prince quarantine, if we're in quarantine, and I have decided to name the quarantine after a new girlfriend. I call it Quarantine, and no bigot. She's a white girl. So you just expose yourself assuming what she was. And just like Tristan, we're going crazy. It's Saint in the membrane. We're going crazy because it's day 2. That's not 11 days. That's day 2 of quarantine. I rip that off Tristan. Shout out Tristan. I was literally crying, laughing earlier because I was watching Prince videos. And every time Prince does that, ooh, he'll spin around and he'll go, ooh, ooh. And it's weird because it's a combination of extreme titillation and extreme stink. Ooh. It's like, am I smelling the worst stench? Or am I seeing the most attractive, bulbous woman ever? So I'm simultaneously titillated and repelled with Prince's ooh stink. Ooh! Ooh! And he does the spin. I love that spin. I've been singing that song all day. By the way, that's actually, I really like that song. It's the dumbest song ever. I mean, it's completely stupid. Oh, here I go again. Falling in love all over. Oh, the cycle never ends. I'm making you a coat of pink cashmere. And then he goes crazy with it. By the way, I'm convinced that Beck and Deborah is based on Pink Cashmere because Beck does all the same. You got to know how I feel about you, baby. I'm gonna tell you bedtime stories, baby. Gonna give you a corona coma, baby. Ooh, yeah. And he goes crazy. What's up? We got 400 people. I knew that we would have people in this ding-danged quarantine. And this is, remember, this is, just think of it like a new girlfriend. Quarantine day 2. So maybe we'll stream every day of the quarantine and y'all can all join me. Look at that, 400 people. Everybody's bored, nothing else to do except listen to Prince songs all day. Ooh, sucker never ends. So, yeah, I got a lot of news. We'll go through a lot of news stuff. I got like a million tabs open. But come on, let's be honest, y'all. Day 2 of cabin fever quarantine, aren't you tired? I'm tired of hearing about this stupid thing. Aren't you? I'm tired of it. Let's talk about something else. I don't want to talk about philosophy. We talked about philosophy for almost 3 hours. Great show yesterday's. And the show before that was philosophy. I did an interview today, earlier. I don't want to talk about philosophy. I got some treats. Boy, have I got treats for y'all tonight. I'm Jay Dyer from Jay's Analysis, if you don't know. Shout out to Wicked Phase in this beige shirt. So now all the haters can make an exposed video. Just talked to Wicked Phase yesterday, and I told him that he needs to do the dance that Crispin Glover does. I sent Wicked Phase that Crispin Glover dance, and I told him, the next time that you are rapping upon the stage, do the Crispin Glover dance. And he said, okay. So, all right. Running up the hill, you pushing me back. Beep, boop, 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 beep, boop, boop, boop. I think Wicked Phase, he planned it where if you have that song on your playlist, what does it start with? The letter A. By the way, musicians, start all of your songs with the letter A. Just do a song that's called Ah. And if you do Ah as the title of your song, you will come up infinitely on everybody's playlist first on iTunes because it starts with A as soon as you turn it on. So for like 2 years, beep, boop, 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 beep, boop, boop, running up that hill, you pushing me back. I'm sorry, Wicca, but I had to temporarily remove that song from my playlist because you was driving me crazy, dog. With every day hearing beep boop 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 beep boop 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 beep boop boop running up that hill, you pushing me back. I don't need it though. So let's see. We got a million articles. I don't even want it. Who even wants to talk about this stupid thing again? By the way, 400 nerds. Welcome all the nerds. In the second day of we got your city on lockdown. Quarantine. My white girlfriend, Quarantine. And by the way, you can, of course, support with super chats. I know everybody's on lockdown. What else you got to do? But when Trump, gonna be great, gonna be wonderful, 2,000, 3,000, we're gonna mail everybody 10,000, it's gonna be great. When you get your $2,000 check, please convert it over to Bitcoin and then send that to me. Or you can go ahead now and you can send me your quarantine bucks right now. So everything's getting weird. It's getting weird. So let's talk about, what do you want to talk about? Movies. All right, we got fun treat. We got movies, because we're all on lockdown. And then we got news. So I'm going to let you, beloved nerd audience, you guys tell me whether you want to start with the fun treat, more music. Do you want to do some more singing? I'll take requests, and I'll pull up song. I did a stream that was based a year ago, and it was nothing but covers, and I got a lot of super chat. I got like $300 super chats doing that nonsense. And then they flagged it with like 10 copyrights because I didn't realize that karaoke gets you a copyright too. So you can't even play the stupid karaoke songs. So you guys want music as we're chilling, that we're partying, music, the treat. Let me say the treat, or you want the treat now? Movies and news. What do you want first? I'll let you guys. So we got treat, movies, 2 for movies, news, country songs. What country song you want? Long Haired Country Boy. I know that one. I'm in Tennessee right now, so that's one we can do. Yeah. People say I'm no good and crazy as a loon. 'Cause I get stoned in the morning and I get drunk in the afternoon. Kinda like my old blue tick hound, I like to lay around in the shade. I ain't got no money, but I damn sure got it made. 'Cause I ain't asking nobody for nothing if I can't get it on my own. You don't like the way I'm living, just leave this long-haired country boy alone. Ding 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 down 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 deedle 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 deedle. Poor girl wants to marry, and the rich girl is a thought. Poor man goes to college, and Sam Hyde is not. Drunkard wants another drink of wine, just like your wine, Mom. Politician says he's going to give you $3,000 and I ain't got nothing at all. But I ain't asking nobody for nothing if I can't get it on my own. You don't like the way I'm living, just leave this long-haired country boy alone. There you go. How's that? Everybody likes Charlie. Whoa, dude. I'm the star of YouTube tonight. I've got like 413 live. All right, yeah, let's do some music, man. I've been singing Prince all day. You guys are liking that. Here comes the money. Once I start singing stupid shit, here comes the money, dog. Here comes the money. You want, what's the next request? Take requests. Dukes of Hazzard? Okay, Dukes of Hazzard comes up. What did Dukes of Hazzard now? Dukes of Hazzard lyrics. I can sing Hank. I know some of those Hank tunes. I don't know all the lyrics. I know some of them. Just a good old boy, never meaning no harm. Beats all you never saw, been in trouble with the law since the day they was born. Straightening the curves, flattening the hills. Someday the mountain might get them, but the law never will. Making their way any way they know how. That's just a little bit more than the law will allow. I'm a good old boy. You know my mama loves me. That's the actual lyrics. I've never heard the next stanza. But she doesn't understand they keep showing my hands and not my face on TV. So he's getting arrested? What the heck does that mean? So as soon as I start singing, here goes. Well, see, the money comes in and then we drop 30 people. So that's okay. We can get rid of the Alanis Morissette because I saw her at the hotel. I synced her at the hotel and I said, isn't this ironic? Anyway, I don't know if I can sing Alanis Morissette songs. How was my Waylon? Was that good? You guys like the Waylon? Copyright infringement. Yeah, there it went. We just dropped like 50 people. That's all right. If the money comes in from singing, that's okay. I mean, we're gonna move to the other stuff too. We're gonna have a little fun. Come on, y'all, have a little fun in the Karunka. In your Karunka bunker. Karunka bunker. Here we go. Here comes it. Let's talk about Calvinism. I don't want to talk about Calvinism. I don't want to talk about philosophy. I want to talk about dumb stuff, dude. We got to have a break. Bubba Spark. Bubba Sparks. Doesn't he have booty, 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 rocking everywhere? Booty, 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 rocking everywhere. How's that? That's not bad, actually. It kind of sounds like him. Miss New Booty. I don't know what else is in that song. Elvis. Everybody requests. Is the whole audience a bunch of B00MERSs? Elvis? I don't know Elvis songs. What's that one? I like that one. What's the one about devil? Yeah. Devil in Disguise. You look like an angel. Walk like an angel. Talk like an angel. But I got wise. You're the devil in disguise. Oh, yes, you are the devil in disguise. I don't know. I didn't grow up in the 50s. Shocker. I like that Elvis song, and then there's one more Elvis song I like. What's the other one? I never really tried to do Elvis. Was that any good? I can't. You guys got to be honest with me. Is that a shitty impersonation or was that okay? So let's see. He's got, what's that other one? The letter song. Is that it? Yeah. Return to Sender. I like that one. All right. I'll see how it goes. I gave him he put it in the sack. Bring it in. Return to Sender. No such number. Yeah, I forget how it goes. I can remember that part of it, but how's the rest of it go? Return to Sender. I gave him a letter to the post. I don't know. No, can't do Elvis, man. Let's sing some more songs. I can do some pretty good Prince, though. I've been working on my Prince. DMX. Y'all gonna make me lose my mind. Up in here, up in here. Damn. DMX my throat. Randy Travis. I don't know Randy Travis songs. Doves Cry. That's a good one. I think I know that one. Prince, Doves Cry. Let's try that. I can do let's do Raspberry Beret because I can do that one really good. I say really good. I used to play this when I was in high school. I would ride around and play this song all the time. Drive around singing this. I was working part-time at a 5 and dime. My boss was Mr. McGee. He told me several times that he didn't like my car, 'cause I was a bit too leisurely. Seems that I was busy doing something close to nothing, different than the day before. That's when I saw her. Ooh, I saw her. She walked in through the outdoor. She wore a raspberry beret. Kind you find in a second-hand store. Raspberry beret. I think I love her. All right, that was pretty shitty. That was pretty crazy. It's okay. We're okay with cringe tonight. It's full-on cringe. Cringe post. I liked Jim Bob's term tonight. He said cringe-based. That's when you're combining cringe, but somehow it's also at the same time based. We're full cringe-based. Hashtag cringe-based tonight. Red wine. That song is so annoying, isn't it? That's the Boomer Wine Mom song, right? By the way, I had an idea for a skit. Instead of a wine mom, have a weed mom. I don't know. It could go somewhere, maybe. Red wine. It's up to you. What is up with that dude's voice, man? That guy has the weirdest voice. Anyway, I don't think I can sustain that guy's voice for much more. Oh yeah, Purple Rain. That's a great one, but it's hard to do because he goes crazy with that one, doesn't he? Prince is a good way to destroy your throat. No man to cause you any sorrow. No man to cause you any pain. Only one time see you laughing. Only want to see you laughing in that purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. Only want to see you bathing in that purple rain. Purple rain, purple rain. My favorite was when Nick Cage was drunk singing that. That was awesome. I mean, it was like, that was cringe-based. You want a good example of cringe-based? Nicolas Cage singing Purple Rain is cringe-based. Never want to be your weekend lover. Only wanted to be some kind of friend. Maybe I can never steal you from another. It's such a shame our friendship had to end. Purple rain, purple rain. Remember Chocolate Rain? Remember E-Bomb's World? And Chocolate Rain? Purple rain. Was that good? This is awful. Is it really? I think my Prince is okay. What do I need to do? Sing some Stone Temple Pilots. I could do that one. Interstate Love Song. I need to change up the lyrics though, so it'll be amusing due to the wild circumstances. Waiting on a Sunday afternoon for what I read between the lines. Your lies, feeling like a hand in rusted shame. So what? Wait. So do you laugh at those that cry? Reply. Leaving on a southern train. Only yesterday you lied. Promises of what I seem to be. How's that? Certified not awful. So we got half and half. So we got some terribles and some good. Pretty accurate. That's pretty, yeah, I think so. Oh, I know. This is my favorite. This is rated R. So y'all watch out now. These are rated R lyrics. I might censor these for the kids in the audience. All right, now I can't remember how the song goes. I just went blank. Let's see. I want to sing this one, so I have to hear it. What else would you rather be doing rather than singing songs with me on a... It's like my favorite Stone Temple Pilots song. I forget how it goes. Can you... Why did everybody in the 90s sing that way? It's a conspiracy, dude. Can you see like a child? You see without lies. I want to run through your wicked I want to run through your censored garden. It's such a place to find you. Everybody in the 90s sang in the exact same line. That's what we noticed today. So Tristan and I were talking about that. And then after the 90s, it wasn't just the alternative Seattle and the pseudo-Seattle bands like Stone Temple Pilots. Even into the early 2000s, the pop ballad bands had the same thing. Creed. Remember? Everybody had the same. Even Hootie and the Blowfish had that, dude. And they weren't even in that category. Let her cry as the tears roll down her face. Let her cry. And if the sun comes up tomorrow, coronavirus. Let her virus. Everybody had that voice. Why? I want to run through your censored garden. Cause that's a place to find you. Cause I'm alive. Even flow. All around like butterflies, yeah. Man, is there anybody more douchebaggy than Ed Vedder? That's the only one I liked. And then remember Temple of the Dog? That's a good one too. That's always a fun one to sing. Freezing, resident upon a billows way man in the concrete. Oh yeah. Yeah, maybe that'll see the bottom of the yeah. Even flow. Thoughts arrive like butterflies, yeah. I don't even know the lyrics. I've never known what the hell Ed Vedder is talking about. Remember when he would write pro-choice on his arm with big markers? and that was making a statement. That was so edgy, dude. Thoughts arrive like butterflies. Oh, he don't know, so he chases them away. Someday yet, he'll begin his life again, life again, life again. Kneeling, looking through the paper though he doesn't know to read it. Looking through the paper though he doesn't know to read. This is, somebody needs to call out Ed Vedder because he is oppressing reading challenged people with this horrendous song. What's that other one? Remember when him and all the other D-bags, except that we have to exclude perhaps Chris Cornell from the mass of the D-bag Damnata category now, because Chris Cornell might have, I think, became Orthodox. So we'll give some props to Chris Cornell. But all right, this is the last time I'm going to torture you guys with. This was my favorite of all of the whatever you, grunge, the Seattle scene. I don't mind stealing bread from the mouths of decadence. Oh, but I can't feed all the powerless when my cup's already overfed. Oh, but it's on the table, the fire's cooking. And they're farming babies. The slaves are all working. Blood is on the table. The mouths are all choking. What the hell is that about? Maybe Chris Krunkle was telling us something back in the day. Are we going to have hunger strikes? Everybody's going to be roaming through the streets for the FEMA food lines looking for the bread that's on Chris Cornell's and Eddie Vedder's table. they've hunkered down in the hunker bunker. Oh, dude, that song is talking about having to burn everything after the virus is out. There's going to be hunger strikes. Predictive programming. I'm joking. That's retarded. But that's your favorite? Yeah, a lot of people like that one. System of a Down. I don't know any System of a Down songs, but good grief. This song is, and isn't it amazing how pretentious the Seattle scene was? Remember that in the 90s? They're so pretentious, dude. I'm going hungry. Like, Eddie Vedder gives a shit about anybody going hungry. Eddie Vedder has personal chefs. Personal chefs. They're probably farming the babies for Eddie Vedder, right? But it's on the table, the fire's cooking. All right. There's a funny Ben Stiller skit, if you've never seen it, about the grunge. Instead of the monkeys, you know, remember the Monkeys, that TV show? Except it's all the grunge people. Anyway, what's the next request? Yeah, I can't do Alice in Chains. If I sing too much, we've already run off 100 people. So if I sing too much, Stuck in the Middle with You. Who's that? Maybe we should do more 90s. I'm going to torture you guys with... I never listened to Creed songs. Somebody said, don't lie, you liked it. You had it. I never, ever owned anything by Creed. Don't own any. Never will. But, good grief, man. Remember how much they played this? Well, I just heard the news today. Seems my life is going to change. I take it by my side with arms wide open under the sunlight. Welcome to this place. I'll show you everything. with arms wide open. Ugh. All right, move on or more. Is this too much? Is it torturing? I can't tell. The chat is going by so fast. This guy is such a stoner. Yeah, man. This dude is such a stoner, man. Like, oh, dude. Trucking. Got my chips cashed in. Keep trucking. Like the dude I'm man. Living on pills, vitamin K, and cocaine. Whatever came of true love. I don't. The Dead, dude. Ugh. Is there anything worse than the Dead? Sober up. I'm not drunk, bro. This is actual normal me. People think that I'm messed up. Yeah, dude. It's just like I'm on quarantine, so I'm just completely stood. No, this is actually the normal me. Now, we could go into serious mode. We could go into very serious philosophy mode. We could start talking about the logical categories. We could start talking about transcendental categories. We could talk about presuppositional necessity within your worldview. We could talk about critiquing. We could talk about the, but no. Do you ever unwind? Yes, I unwind, bro. You want me to do a little bit of Matthew McConaughey? Is this coronavirus? I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to take y'all. I'm going to show y'all what we do down in Texas. We see something like the coronavirus. Did I just X this shit out? Did I X out the terminal? I can't tell. Do we have a little bit of a blip? Am I back? Am I gone? With arms wide open. Look at this, dude. The money pours in. I just start singing stupid stuff. The money pours in. Now I got to get the damn terminal back because it crashed. Oh, shit. Encoding overloaded. Shit. We got a room of almost 200 nerds. I'm sure the nerds will pile in. Maybe we can get up to about 300. All right. I think we're back. Are we good? You guys hear me? I didn't turn it off, so are we back? I gotta wait for all this to catch up. I'm still here. Yeah, so I guess I was still here, but the window wasn't up anymore. So you guys hear me just sitting here burping. I'm actually drinking kombucha. I'm not drinking brew. I ain't drinking my White Claw. I'm drinking my White Claw that my ex brought me. I don't drink, by the way. People are always like, yeah, what the fuck ever, dude. No, I really don't drink. I really actually don't drink. So, as I was saying, when I get that, I'm going to get a Lincoln. I'm going to take all that coronavirus. I'm going to put it in my Lincoln. And I'm going to shoot it off into space. I'm going to save the world. Old Cyrus got the coronavirus. Doing the ostracism impression. I think I ruined my voice doing all those idiot people in Seattle in the scene. No, I don't smoke. I don't smoke and I don't drink. Cyrus, oh Cyrus, did you ever realize space is a flat plane? You ever thought about that? You ever smelled the psychosphere? You ever tasted the psychosphere? Tastes like it's got a little bit of honey on it. Tastes like it's got a little bit of candy orange slices. You ever tasted the psychosphere? You like that? Send you a link in. You like the Boomer Garcia? I'm trying to figure out who. I mean, Chong Tommy Chong is probably the closest to the actual person, Boomer Garcia. Although I did meet a guy at the hippie store the other day where they have old books and CDs. And he totally smelled like piss, like he'd been peeing himself. I was like, dude, clean up. Gross. All right, yeah, so thank you guys for all these generous super chats as we chill. Okay, so now I'm going to let the audience decide. Sean Connery, all right. Do you guys want more music, more impressions, the special treat, or the news? Movies, music, impressions, special treat, news. Which impression? You like my mechanachach? I think my mechanachach is very good. I have not done Nick today. Although, let's hear Nick do. Remember when Nick got drunk and did Prince? I'm hurt that one girl said my Prince sucked. My feelings are hurt. The little tiny Prince inside of me is crying right now. Go listen to Pink Cashmere and tell me I didn't kill it today on my Instagram. But let's see, Nick Cage, drunk, singing. He sang Purple Rain, I think. Nick Cage, karaoke, Purple Rain. It's like so crazy, dude. Let's listen to this. Oh man, I hate it when you try to find the actual video and you get all these YouTube shitheads coming up and then they pop in when you're trying to watch the video. You're like, dude, I don't want to watch you. Get out of here. So he did this twice. He did the drunk time, then he did it again. He's singing it so metal. He just goes metal with it, dude. Anyway. Stupid and contagious. Stupid and contagious. Stupid and contagious. I've been writing rap lyrics all day, y'all. All right, we got a bunch of super chats. Thank you. Man, y'all are generous. So this is how we survive the apocalypse. Just do a live stream and sing freaking songs, dude. That's all you gotta do. Look at that. Money just pours in. You guys are so generous. You guys. Purple rain, make it rain, make it rain. Super chats, make it rain. Do Malkovich Cyrus the virus? Cyrus the virus. Oh, Cyrus the virus over there. Oh, I did do John Malkovich, didn't I? I did it one time on a podcast because he plays this really creepy, effeminate voice in Con Air. Remember that scene in Con Air? But I can't remember how John Malkovich talks in that. I got to look it up because somebody requested it, so they paid me money. So I owe it to them. I'm indebted to them like a damn banker's slave, bitch. I got to pay you back because you paid me. Johann Malkovich, he's got such a weird way of talking. It's not even just a normal, it's like new levels of hake and hey that no one else has achieved in Con Air. See if I can find a clip of him talking in Con Air. This one looks good. We're all going to Disneyland. This looks perfect. Cage.
I got just as much riding on this as you.
Nick Cage's New Orleans fake accent is pretty awesome, by the way. I don't mean good. I mean, it's like, I mean, he's not the worst. There's plenty of people in Hollywood that are way worse, can't do Southern accent. Nicolas Cage's is not terrible, but it's so overdone. Time somebody does a Southern accent in movies, they way overdo it. And everybody in the South is like, dude, it's not that. Like, not everybody has molasses pouring out of the... Not everybody has molasses pouring out of their orifices, as if everyone in the South was a Georgia judge just waiting to pronounce the guilty verdict upon everyone in a hot Georgia courtroom. By the way, that's one of my favorite Saturday Night Live skits is the one of Main Justice. That's the Jason Sudeikis character in Main Justice. It's pretty good. But, yeah, everybody who does a Southern accent who's not from the South, they think that everybody in the South has to have a damn Georgia judge accent. Or they are New Orleans lawyer. Why? Everyone in the South is a New Orleans lawyer. New Orleans is gross, dude. You ever been there? Gross. Well, convicts here. Okay, here. Yes, I copy. Identify yourself. I'm getting into it. Oh, Agent Malloy. Your associate. John Malkovich. A grown man pissing his pants. I don't like him. If he speaks again, this conversation is over. We're all going to Disneyland. That's okay. I can't. It's really hard to get that. He's got such a weird little inflection going there that I can't really get it. Get that. Is that good enough? Was that good enough, Malkovich? Johann Malkovich. Welcome, Joshua Baker, who has joined the channel as a fellow nerd. I don't even remember who came up with nerds. It wasn't me, but whatever. I guess we'll take it. I think it's when I did Revenge of the Nerds. When I hit 20 or 25,000, I did Revenge of the Nerds. It's probably all you guys came up with that. No, I've not seen the new Pope. Let's see. DC Customs. Let's talk movies. Planet of the Apes, Fifth Element, Dealer's Choice. Planet of the Apes reboot. Oh, man, that Planet of the Apes reboot. Remember that? That was weird because it was like, I don't want to see Marky Mark getting BONERS's for monkeys. Remember that? Doesn't he get a broner for a damn monkey chick? Was it Winona Ryder in the monkey suit? Marky Mark has a broner for Winona. Don't touch monkey. Don't touch monkey in virus. Don't touch monkey. There you are. If you didn't see that clip on my Instagram, that was funny. That's the best and worst part of Outbreak. I watched that last night. I was cracking up. Justin Stan, are you authorized by your bishop to be hey? Yes. In fact, I have the blessing to be because I am the most hey. That's how you can censor yourself. Do like I just did. Gen Z philosophy for $2. Super jiggles will convert into Soviet-backed crypto very easily. Putin, thank you. And so also do Dugin. Putin, Dugin give blessing in this way. And Matthew M, $2. Alanis. Did you hear Alanis' new Wine Mom song? There was an Alanis Morissette profile the other day talking on here. I was like, what if that's really Alanis Morissette? Because she was at Gaia when I was there filming my TV show. I kind of met her at the hotel, but I didn't really talk to her. Because I was like, is that Alanis Morissette? And now she has like a Wine Mom song about rehab or something. I don't know. If Alanis, I'd like to speak to you. If you are a Jay's Analysis fan and nerd, just consider it ironic that I made that joke. Because right now I've got one hand in my pocket and the other one is not playing the piano. Well, let's see. I know that was really dumb. Yeah, I don't know. I like Uninvited. That's a good Alanis Morissette song. Every time I hear that, though, it makes me think of Led Zeppelin. You know what I mean? That song, it kind of sounds like Led Zeppelin. But Uninvited is not bad. Weed Moms, Jagged Little Pill. I do have the coronavirus. I got it. When I heard that the coronavirus had the AIDS receptors in it, I was like, give me that shit right now. And I went and got the Corona as quick as I could. Because I'm like, give me that AIDS, dog. Give me all that AIDS. DC Customs 2016, $2. Bubble Spark. Booty, rockin' over well. Matthew M, $2. DMX, stop, drop, shut him down, open up, shop. I did my DMX earlier. That was in reply to you there. So if I do DMX again, my voice will be going. Tamara, thank you. I did my Purple Rain. I hope you enjoyed it. One girl didn't like it and hurt my feelings, but that's okay. Screw her to heck. Matthew M, $2. It's pronounced Eder Vetter. Eder. What if he sang his name, or if every time you talked to somebody from the Seattle scene, they sang their responses to you? And could that be funny? Yeah, that could be funny. You could try it. You try it. Any song by Hum? I do like Hum. I had that first Hum album my senior year, I think. Yeah, and I played it all the time. Played Hum all the time. I do like that. And that first album is about alien mind control. Did you ever notice that? The first Hum album. If you go listen to the lyrics, it's alien mind control, bro. Matthew M, $2. Do the Sean Connery voice. Do Sean Connery. Do Sean Connery. Do Sean Connery. Everybody does Sean Connery. That's not. See, my voice is all messed up now. My impressions are screwed up from doing. Eddie Vedder gayed up my throat, and now I can't do. I can't do Sean. I can't do Sean Connery. My voice is now too low because of scratching it, and my Sean Connery doesn't sound right. So I apologize. Normally it's better. You can hear me on old streams. I do a better Sean Connery. Do Nick. Since you paid for it, I'll do it. We gotta move on. Can't always do. I mean, I will never not do Nick, but also I will never do Nick. So we need to talk. We need to talk about Mandy. We need to talk about doing Nick. Doing Nick right! That's pretty good. Sounded pretty good.
Jethro, we need to talk about doing Larry Nichols, because that's an impersonation that hadn't been requested in a long time, and since my voice is already effed up to heck, it's time to do it again.
There you go. There's your... That was pretty... I still got my
Larry Nichols.
Miscellaneous BS, $10. Stupid and contagious. What's more derangous? I'm working on my bars all week. I've been working on my bars all week, dog. DC Customs, we did Malkovich. It was, I apologize, it's not. My impersonations they're getting a B minus tonight. Some of them are on point, some of them are off. So, let's see. Toe lock you. You on toe lockdown. $5. Jesus could not raise rock. back from the dead after the emo grunge got through with it. And Eddie Vedder is peak non-hetero. Eddie Bedwetter. Oh, burn, dude. Sick burn. I just burned Eddie Vedder out of the kitchen. Now he's gonna be Temple of Hunger Strike or whatever that shit was now, because I just burnt him out of the kitchen. I can't get that stupid Creed song out of my head. Let me get Pink Cashmere back in my head, and we'll get Creed out of my head. John E.J., $9. Oh, man, the chat too small. I can't see it. John E.J., $9. I just peed myself at the Southern accents. Yes, well, as I was explaining to the boys on Discord, shout out Discord bros. If you're from the South, you can hear the different Southern dialects. Everybody else in the country, they can't figure this out. They have no idea what you're talking about. I'm from Tennessee, and so as we explained, the Tennessee is more constricted. Everything's like this, right? It's more constricted. So if I were to say, if I was to talk like somebody from Tennessee, I was living out in the country, and it'd be like this right here, and then there's this, and then it's real tight and constricted and murdered. That's Tennessee. But if I was to talk like Georgia, I don't know why. If you go down south to Georgia, right? That people do have that Georgia Southern belle, and there's even the lawyer who has the Southern belle accent. And it was like Andy in The Office, where he says it's like molasses. The Southern accent is like molasses pouring forth from your orifices. And yes, so if I'm from Tennessee and I'm hearing people talk like this right here, and then there's the people in Georgia who talk like this here. See, very noticeable Southern accents, you see. And it's the same way when the people in Boston I can tell a little bit of Boston, that kind of shit. Like, I was watching a video where they were trying to train actors on that, and the actors couldn't get it. They were like, Boston, it's Boston, right? I packed the car. I packed my car. And these dumb actors couldn't get it right. Some YouTube video. Why are you trying to get me on my damn Discord DMs when I'm doing the middle of a stream? We hadn't even done anything. Like $100 and I ain't done nothing. Oh, ooh, damn, son. I see why you. Whoa, dude. I see why you sent me that. The dude's nipple is the worst part of that picture. Why are you sending me that nasty stuff when I'm trying to do a live stream? Poison my mind. I got the coronavirus in my mind now from your nasty DMs. What were we talking about? Yeah, the Southern accents. But see, we Southerners, we get tripped up though, when we hear the Northern people, because I can tell the difference between Chicago and Boston and New York and Jersey. You can kind of tell those differences. And I can tell the difference between Minnesota, this kind of stuff, right? Everybody who moves to the South from Michigan and Minnesota, and they're all mystified by, I remember I used to date a girl who, her mom was always saying, "Can you help with the bigs?" And I'm like, "Can I help beg? I'm not going to help you beg for anything. Get out of here, wine mom. Go beg elsewhere." "No, the bigs. Help carry the bigs." "The bag?" "Help you carry the bag? I'm not going to help you beg. Maybe that's what you Michigander Yankees do, is beg, but I'll help you carry a bag, not a big. Carry the big. Oh, can you come carry the big?" You go beg, wine mom. Go beg for nothing. Is Bono a new overlord? Appliance Bear $3.99. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. Did you see he did a song? You didn't think, right? There were new levels of hake and hey that could never be attained. You thought no such levels are possible for attainment. And then Boner blasts through like Matthew McConaughey in a Lincoln to next meta levels of hake and hey. With Boner's new song. What is this song? Something about Karanka. Everybody's singing from the rooftops. Oh my gosh. Unbelievable. I was going to sing something. I used to like U2. I remember going to see U2 my senior year in Memphis. And Bono was, I don't know how he did it. I'll give Boner props for, I'll give him props. I'll give him props because he was so messed up. I mean, dude was like on no telling how many pills and drinks. But he performed it. Like, he wasn't there, but he did the show. He performed everything. I don't know how he did it, but one love, one life. You got to do what you should. Love is a tempo, love high and low. You ask me to endure, then you make me cry. I can be holding on what you got. He just totally ripped that off of the Beatles too. Is it getting better? Or do you feel this gay? Will it make it easier on you now? You got someone so gay. You say, one love, ooh, one life. Anyway, speaking of the Beatles, shout out, we got a pretty big name follower recently. I won't say who, but somebody pretty big name followed from a big rock dynasty. Shout out to you if you watch. I don't even know if you watch this stuff, but please forgive me for the jokes that I made about your family. They're just jokes. It's just routines. So yes, we got a big follower from a big rock dynasty the other day. Kind of blew me away. No, it wasn't Jack White, even though I did. It's funny stories. I seen Jack White. Y'all heard that story? When I was flying back, and he was bitching at a kid. He was like, get up. I was like, who's that dude? At first I thought it was Danzig because he looked like Danzig. And then I was like, Danzig ain't my age. Danzig's like 105 right now. And I thought, that's not Danzig. But he had the biggest mutton chops I've ever seen. And dude, by the way, everybody you meet in real life, especially if they're famous, they're always either way short or way tall. Nobody's just normal height. Jack White's like 7 feet tall. He's got giant mutton chops, and he's over there, and he's like, and I was at the airport, and I was like, is that Jack White talking to himself? Does he have schizophrenia, or is he? He's thinking up songs. He was singing songs in his head, right? So then we were getting on the airplane. But I still wasn't sure it was him. And then, so he starts walking at me, and then he had his kid with him, or one of his kids. And he's like, I was like, it's going to take a 7-nation army to discipline that kid. Get it? And then I missed the obvious opportunity for the most obvious joke of all time. I should have asked him if he was flying to Wichita. Far from this opera forevermore. But anyway, I got to give him a copy of Esoteric Hollywood, and he was actually really nice. I went up to him. I was a little nervous because, I don't meet famous people. I met a couple famous people. You don't meet them every day. I was like, hey, dude, I really like the Raconteurs. I actually do like the Raconteurs. That's my favorite Jack White outfit is the Raconteurs. I have their stuff. And I was like, I wrote a book on symbolism. I noticed your videos have quite a bit of symbolism. You might like my book. And he was like, oh, thank you very much, dude. Much appreciated. He's like, that's very kind of you to give me your book. I'll take a gander at this. So shout out to Jack White. Much appreciated. And then right after that, another big rock dynasty, big rock dynasty person hopped on board. And I was like, uh-oh. Wait till they find out all the times I made fun of them. So I won't say who that is. But anyway, so that's my most recent famous person story. I met Jack White in the airport. And I flashed him the Illuminate Confirm symbols. And he was like, oh, you are Illuminate like me. So I can talk to you now that I know you are Illuminate Confirm like me. That's not exactly how it went down at all. But I did. I got to meet Jack. I have proof of this. I didn't make it up. DC Customs for $10. East Tennessee's K-Town. Knoxville is pretty distinct. Oh, you mean Knoxville has a distinct way of even being more southern? I mean, yeah. I mean, I guess if you're a Tennessee boy and you're up in the hills, hill people do have up in the mountains. They actually do have, different ways of saying stuff. You've probably seen that video that's gone around for years, like 10 years on YouTube, where it's like Ozark hill people, and all their weird, crazy slang terms. They call rap. That there's a boomer. We call that the boomer. And they don't mean a person of a certain age group. They mean a rat, a giant rat. They call a rat the boomer. I've never been up into the East Tennessee mountains. I mean, I've been to Gatlinburg for, stupid ski trips. Gatlinburg is pretty nasty, by the way. Like, Gatlinburg is like ghetto Las Vegas. There's no casinos. Like if you've been to Gatlinburg, you know what I'm talking about. Like it's a go-kart place and then a little shitty marriage chapel. So I don't know who is deciding to go to Gatlinburg and ride go-karts all night and then get married, but there must be a lot of people who are just finding their soulmates through all of the go-karts and bungee jumps and then rushing to get married in the marriage chapels. That's a weird thing. If you've been to Gatlinburg, you know what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about. And then the other thing, as comedians have joked about forever, is why in the hell at every exit in Tennessee are there fireworks stands? And it's more pronounced in East Tennessee. When you go to East Tennessee, every damn exit is a giant, super Walmart-sized fireworks stand. Who is shooting that many fireworks? How is there that much of a market, even at 4th of July, for gigantic, super Walmart-sized fireworks facilities? But thank you for that, DC Customs. I was not aware that there is a distinct mountain East Tennessee dialect. Appliance bear, $10. How do we save our normie friends? Don't. You try to spit on them when you get the carunca or get the AIDS and try to spit on them. No, I'm joking. You spit on people when you get the AIDS and you might get bitch slapped. I'm kidding. Some of them cannot wait for the stabbies. They keep sending me New York Times agitprop. Well, I mean, if people are going to believe the New York Times, what are you going to do? You can't force people to be smart. You can't force people to have an IQ. Matthew M., $2. Airports, the medium where reality and fiction meet. Airports are the medium where reality and fiction meet. Trying to figure out if that's too deep or if I'm not getting it. I don't understand. But thank you for that super chat, Matthew. All right. So we've done enough stupid stuff. Well, we're going to keep it stupid tonight. We're going to keep it stupid tonight. But we need to move into something else because we've hemorrhaged. I don't really care, by the way, about the numbers. So we can hemorrhage out 100 people who... You don't want to hear me singing? I don't care. Because we got the dedicated nerds here tonight. We're having fun. We're chilling. So let's move on. So we've done singing and impersonations. The only way I'm going to do any more singing or impersonations is if you send more super chats. So we're going to move on to another subject. Do you guys want... Do you want me to talk like Dugan for the next hour? Or do you want... Man, I can't see this chat. It's so small. Okay, special treat, movies, news. What do you want now? I can't sing anymore. We've already been here for hour and 14 minutes. Did you see Sarah Palin in a furry costume? I'm pretty sure that's a sign of the apocalypse. That was pretty wild. You survived the cringe? We were cringe based, as Jim Bob says. We were cringe based tonight. Survived it. Poor man's artillery fireworks. So, what do you want? You want news? We got a news, movies. Dugan voice for the rest of the show. News, movies. Now it's equal. Okay, so I'm just going to pick now because it's equal. I'm getting all the same. Let's do some of the movies. So let's do some movies here. By the way, going to remind you guys, growing that Instagram pretty good. Yo, my Instagram popping. If you guys want to follow that Dope Fresh Instagram right there, that's the link. Follow my IG. Do the entire news in Dugan. Did I do a contagion analysis? Well, I did my contagion analysis in 2011. So I predicted a scenario such as what we are seeing eventually. First in 2007, I was on radio in 2007. I said, I predict a bio release. Oops, I shouldn't have said that. Now the algorithm is going to destroy me. A BO body odor release scenario in the future. And then I wrote my contagion analysis, as I've shown everybody this week, in 2011, where I predicted the scenario that we now see. Oh, not so many people are calling me a crazy conspiracy theorist this week, are they? Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah, all of those big name YouTuber people dissing me about my tinfoil hats. Not hearing a whole lot of jokes this week. Where y'all at? Where y'all at with your disses now? Oh, okay, yeah, exactly. Dude, I'm always vindicated. I've been vindicated nonstop ever since I've been blogging and doing all this stuff. And people just don't even act like I'm vindicated. They're just like, yeah, but you're such a douchebag. Yeah, but you're mean. I'm not mean, but I don't put up with no BS. So I've been here telling you what's happening and what would happen for a long damn time. And some of y'all have been following all the way back to the old days of even before Jay's analysis to the previous incarnation. Some of y'all remember that. I'm talking back in the 2005, 6, 7 times. Y'all remember that? I've been in this conspiracy game for 20 years, y'all. I've been in this conspiracy game for 20 years. Right? I know how this game works. I knew about all this. Everybody's freaking out. I knew about this stuff 20 years ago. My psyche was already processed for SHTF. Now, I don't think we're actually in SHTF, period. I'm just saying, when you first learn the conspiracy, the crime conspiracy, we'll call it Arnold's Crom. When you first learn about Cromspiracy, you are rattled. You're rattled. And then your mind has to process this. There is a period of fear. I had my fear period when I was 20 and learned about all the conspiracy stuff. And then obviously after the 9 event, we had a big leap forward in terms of the NO. And then et cetera, et cetera. It looks to me like this present situation is a 9 style event. And yes, everybody who has sent me every piece of information and I've seen it all. I followed the Karunk since January. I was following the Karunk intently since January. And yes, every piece of information, every video that everybody has sent me, I'm not kidding, I've already seen it. So thank you. And I'm not mad at anybody. I'm not bitching. I'm just saying, bro, I've been on top of this since January, which is why I never talked about it because I still can't figure out exactly what's going on. But as we discussed, we're not going to go deep into that because, YouTube has said what they're going to do. The other day, we did a boiler room, right? Go listen to the boiler room we did 2 nights ago on my podcast feed. You can go listen to that for the fuller details of my take on Karunk, the Karunka virus, Karunka virus. Anyway, what did I say we'd do next? Movies? Anyway, welcome everybody. Thank you. Here come the people back now that I'm done singing. Damn, son. I ran 100 people off with my howling. Stop howling, you piece of sh. That's what everybody was saying. Stop that howling, you piece of crap. Howling. Hurting our ears. Doing your prints. Ugh. Anyway. Had me outside. How about that? By the way, some woman emailed me a gigantic rebuke. Pages. I was laughing so hard at this. Do you remember the show that I did with Jamie? And I was quoting Dr. Phil. You think the audience are a bunch of hoes? It's like one of the most famous YouTube clips. Like 50 million views. Yup. Had me outside. How about that? Right? Was it not obvious I was talking like Dr. Phil? And who spends 5 pages writing a rebuke to somebody? I replied back. I said, I was talking like Dr. Phil. That should have been obvious. Don't email me ever again. So I get some winter emails. They're pretty funny. But who couldn't tell that you can't tell that I was talking like Dr. Phil. Like I was literally calling the entire audience hoes. Let's run through that process. First of all, my audience metrics, 80% dudes. All you dudes, y'all bunch of hoes. So I called all, y'all bunch of gigolos. A gigolo. Like Nina Cherry, gigolo. So I called literally 80% of the audience dudes, hoes. If that would make any sense at all. My audience is probably I wonder what the literal hoe ratio of my audience, maybe 0.01%. Maybe one hoe in Vegas watches my show. I don't even know if one hoe watched my show. Hell no, bro. Come on. And who's like, do you have nothing else to do in your day? You had nothing else to do but to sit and write out 5 damn pages of bitching at me that you couldn't tell was a joke? People are insane. People going crazy. People going cray. Oh, here we go. Here's some nasties in the chat. Ooh, yuck. Y'all rated R? Gross. Ooh. Like Prince. Simultaneously stinky and titillated. Ooh. All right. So where were we at? We're doing movies next. Okay. I can't see the bottom of the chat. Alfonso Corral, he says for $5. for 5 pesos. Alfonso Corral, 5 pesos. He says, here are some shekels. I don't even, what is a shekel? Kegel? What's a kegel? He sends, here's some kegels for a Manchurian zombie apocalypse. No, wait, let's reread that. Here's some kegels for a mariachi band for the zombie apocalypse. Maroshan? Oh, is that ramen noodles? Oh, so here's some kegels for a ramen noodle. He says, well, you can go do your own kegels, ho. Because now instead of nerds, y'all all hoes. Ooh. The whole audience. You're saying the audience are a bunch of hoes? Yup. I like how Bad Baby is just like, yup. No, you're saying the audience are a bunch of hoes? Yup. What does that mean? What does that mean? Did Dr. Phil not know what the audience are a bunch of hoes means? What does that mean? Come on, Dr. Phil, you know what that means. We got to get me on Dr. Phil, by the way. I tagged Dr. Phil the other day. I said, cash me outside, Dr. Phil. 1987 for $5 and no comment. You gonna send me $5 and you don't want no comment? Okay. 1987 shocks. Y'all are now officially nerd hoes. Hashtag nerd hoes. You're not nerds anymore. All the audience. All 101%? You're saying all 100%. See, my Dr. Phil, because I've screwed it up doing Eddie Vedder earlier. Now my Dr. Phil sounds like Bill Clinton. It's hard to keep Dr. Phil from like mutating and evolving. Mutating and evolving into Bill. He starts evolving into Bill Clinton. How dare you? How dare you? Anyway. All right, so I think we're going to talk about The Stand. Whew. Thank you guys. Y'all are being so regenerous. Y'all being so regenerate tonight. So regenerous. DC Customs, $10. 10 Karunka points. 10 Trump bucks. Y'all gonna get them Trump bucks in the mail? Send them to me. Care of Nerd Ho. Care of Nerd Ho audience for Karunka Lockdown White Claw. Got to have all the White Claw with the wine moms over here during the lockdown. For the keto wine moms, got to have my White Claw. Send me them Karunka buck. He says, have you seen the creator of Bum Fights who went on Dr. Phil dressed as Dr. Phil? No, that sounds pretty awesome. Wasn't Dick Masterson? Didn't he go on? Did he go on Dr. Phil or was it Oprah? I can't remember. But I was on that stream with him one time with Ralph. Did he go on? He's a funny guy. Did he go on Dr. Phil? I can't remember. It seems like maybe he did. When he was pretending to be a PUA. All right, so I've got to detoxify my body of all the Karunka.
Welcome. Thank you.
And we're going to listen to some music, and I'll be right back.
Here. We got a room of almost 200 nerds. I'm sure the nerds will pile in. Maybe we can get up to about 300 tonight. We'll see. It's your boy, Jay, in the house. Your boy. Can't see me. We back. Dang. You guys are so generous tonight. Thank you so much. How long has it been since we just chilled?
Chill sesh. Chill sesh.
Excuse me. This is seltzer and kombucha and orange juice. It's not alcohols. I don't drink alcohols. I'm not smoking drugs. People think if you're on quarantine, you're smoking drugs and doing the alcohol. Son, are you on the alcohol? Like Major Briggs. I was cracking up. I was rewatching Twin Peaks, and son, I was cracking up at Major Briggs. Major Briggs always has a cliche to tell you. Why, son, in the afterlife, Bobby, I hope that you and I shall find solace. Together we can find peace as we commune concerning our nature. I don't know, but that is Major Briggs. I'm all screwed up. No, I wasn't quoting it right, but all right, we gotta start talking about drinking weed, smoking burr. We gotta get on to some stuff here because we just been screwing around. But hell, y'all sending me money for screwing around. I just need to screw around all the time. What do we say? Movies next. All right, let's move on to movies here. The Stand. Old Steve King. Nothing weird about that dude. Old Steve King. Old Steve King. Remember this? Good grief, was that show dumb. Ugh. So, if you didn't know, the Antichrist is a reject from Tears for Fears. Okay, literally. Like, any random dude in temporary confinement in 1985 is somehow the Antichrist in Steve King's The Stand. This was so dumb. It's like literally like Billy Ray Cyrus type guy, like a knockoff Billy Ray Cyrus as the Antichrist. It was so stupid. And I mean, and it got progressively worse. It starts out okay. The first episode was like, this is actually not as bad as I remembered it being. I haven't watched it since forever, but and then you're watching it, and then the next installment it gets dumber, and then it gets dumber, and then it gets dumber, and it's just like, dude. The last one is torturous. Pretty funny actually. It's funny bad. There's some torturously bad scenes in it, especially towards the end. I was cracking up at the old black woman turning into a hand and setting off a nuke, setting off the nuke in Vegas. I mean, so you've got old Gary Sinise, Molly Ringwald with China girl haircut. You've got the chick who plays the witch from lesser known 80s movies who the Tears for Fears reject Antichrist attempts to impregnate, and she commits suicide. The older black lady who literally looks like Yoda. I'm not joking. Like, I literally think they tried to get a Yoda figure. Miguel Ferrer plays a random thug. And then, craziest of all, Parker Lewis. You thought Parker Lewis can't lose? Parker Lewis can lose, and he does nothing but lose. And in fact, he is a loser. Imagine being in the apocalypse and you still can't get, not, I mentioned nukes, but nuke. You can't get the nuke. Even in the apocalypse, even Molly Ringwald in the apocalypse is like, get out of here, Parker Lewis. So he starts wearing an edgy biker jacket, and it still doesn't work. And then who else is in it? Anybody else? Rob Lowe. Rob Lowe is mute. I called him Rob Lowe Volume. Get it? Because he's mute. Let's see who else. Trash Can Man was that one dude you see in all the 80s movies. What's his name? Matt Freswer. Yeah, he's always playing a crazy dude in 80s movies. Actually, the book's pretty good. I enjoyed the book. It was fun book. Read it a long time ago, so I didn't really remember everything. And then when I saw what was going down, I was like, we got to get back to the Stand. See what my notes. It's a military BO, body odor release. It is one of the. I noticed too they started using the pop songs in this installment. Now there probably were '90s shows that were using pop songs before this. I don't know, but I kind of thought X-Files was one of the first. This is around the time of X-Files, right? X-Files has been on maybe 2 seasons at the time of the Stand. And so it was interesting. Don't fear the Reaper, baby, hold my hand. Don't fear the Reaper. Which was interesting because that's about a couple in a suicide pact, right? Let's see. Quarantine. Let's see. The dad from Alf is in this. The Larry Underwood character was funny because I'm not sure where they came up with this, but he is a white man who speaks like a black man, if you catch my drift. But he sings pop songs. It doesn't make any sense. He sings pop songs, really bad pop songs. And so he looks like a Kenny G, kind of, not Kenny G, like a John Cicada. He looks like a John Cicada. I don't wanna wait. It's just another day without you. Remember John Cicada? But he talks like a ghetto, not white man. That made no sense. That was what? That was so stupid. Really dumb character, really dumb move. Rob Lowe volume is deaf and mute. Mother Abigail is 106 years old. Yoda. Government covers it up, of course. So I thought all this time, all these years, I thought the Dark Man was the Antichrist, and he's not. Stephen King says he's Legion. So it's more like a Nephilim thing, where it's not the Antichrist, it's the demon Legion who comes to impregnate that witch chick. And I guess the child would have been presumably the Antichrist. So I always had this wrong in my head forever and ever and ever. Guess who plays the Alex Jones character? Kathy Bates. Yes, there is an A. Jones character played by Kathy Bates. I was like, what the heck world am I in? I don't remember any of this stuff. Yes, there's a shock jock radio character who is bitching about the Constitution and martial law. If I just talk in an accent where I can't say my R's, can I avoid the algorithm? I will avoid the algorithm by only talking without saying my R's. Parker Lewis can lose. New York collapses. That's interesting. The highest ranking demon has a mullet. Worth noting. The Trash Can Man is schizophrenic. I don't remember that. So he has multiple personalities, and this actually makes it easier for the Legion to speak to him. And so it does seem that in the Stephen King books, he has a pretty broad spectrum conception of esoteric stuff. Because if you've read Dark Tower, I've read the first two of the Dark Tower. I read The Stand. And then I read like Nightmares and Dreamscapes. That's about it. I haven't read, I'm not a huge Stephen King person. I've only read those. But, you know, you've got alternate personalities in the second Stand, right? And you've got multiple spiritual worlds. I don't believe in multiple dimension bullshit, but he's got this kind of stuff going on, and he's got altars, right? If you remember the beginning of the second part of the Dark Tower. And I think the flag character is in Dark Tower, yes. Dark Man. Who is Legion. So this black woman is Moses? What? And I remembered how silly this was when I realized that the narrative is actually democratic republicanism defeats Legion's police state. Because they moved to Colorado and they reconstitute America, right? Remember that? And this is hilarious. Actually, it's clownish how silly this is. Chris Angel David Blaine. I don't know why I wrote Chris Angel David Blaine on here, but something in this reminded me of Chris Angel and David. Oh, because he's in Vegas. That's right. So he's the Legion's kingdom, right? He sets it up in Vegas. Yeah, so the pseudo Antichrist character reject Fabio reject. Anyway, that's my thoughts on The Stand. What do you guys think about The Stand? I don't really have any other. Is it predictive in a way? Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's. By the way, did you see that they're rebooting this? I shared that this week. The Stand is rebooted. Well, isn't that interesting timing? Yes, it is, isn't it? Rebooted, and they would have made the decision, right, to reboot before all of this. Things are getting really weird. What's next on our list? Outbreak. The movie. Remember Hot Zone? The book? All that stuff? Yeah, whatever. Goofy. Oh man, this movie. It was rough. I don't know who was telling me this movie was. People were mad because I said this movie's bad. This movie is terrible. Dumb. That movie's good, dude. That movie's good, dude. Like, what? So there's my artistic renderings. I painted that today of Renee. What would you give Renee? 90s Renee, 90s mom. I'll give her what'd you give her? You give her a 7 on the mom meter? I don't know. What do you think? What would you give Morgan Freeman? What does he get on the God voice meter? So this one is a monkey zero, right? They have to find monkey zero. The soldiers, everything is let loose. It turns out that this also seems to have, right, because you got the simian thing. It seems to relate to the AIDS. So they drop a big, bomb on the troops wherever this simian thing is getting loose. Turns out, oh, shocker, it was a BO, body odor lab. And this whole time they were studying how to weaponize this, what do they call it? The E1101, whatever the heck that is. Now, it turns out the military consulted on this film. Big shocker, right? This movie is one that is noted to have a high degree of military aid and consultation, which is pretty obvious when you watch it because it's full of tanks and full of copters. It's full of black helicopters. It's full of everything, right? Totally obvious about this being a military propaganda sort of film. It's a little more like the Rebola. This sting that gets loose. I had one more note. Oh, very interesting that they mention about this lab at the beginning of the film. Did you catch what they study at this lab? This lab studies, I wrote it down. Where is it? Yeah. Lime. Plum Island. They study lime and Rebola. Right. Everybody should go watch Aaron and Melissa's video on Plum Island. Plum Island. What else happens in this? Patrick Dempsey. This makes no sense. Pilfers monkeys from body odor labs to sell on the black market to pet stores. What? Is there a big market that rebel teens are tapping into to sell? To steal monkeys from biolabs to sell to pet stores? That's a black market I'm totally not familiar with. Magically, this evolves. Very interesting how these viruses just revolve. They just revolve. Just it's airborne because it revolved. That comes up. All this dumb stuff. Martial law. They declare martial law. Shocker. There's a curfew. There's a curfew based on martial law. And it's all in middle America, small town America. That is so obvious psychological warfare in this movie. No shocker here, Donald Sutherland is the villain, who is the evil general, who has been through his conspiratorial machinations, secretly testing and engineering the body odor weapon. BO weapon. I forgot to look this up, and I have some reference books that actually show all the different movies to what degree they had consultation. I forgot to look this one up. I feel sure it will be in there. I'll add that to the description if you're watching this later. But is it the Donald, what's his name? Operation Hollywood. It lists all the different books or all the different movies in their consultation. So, of course, the uppity Americans are too independent, so they have to be taken down because they will not submit to the martial law. So, pretty strained. It's pretty bad. Pretty dumb. Verging on hilarious level bad. Right? So, if you're looking for a bad movie that's funny, go watch this. What's next? Crazies. Remember Crazies? The crazy virus, the cray-cray. Now, the reason this movie is the most relevant is that two things are seen at the beginning of the film. Two planes spraying that Karunk, spraying that Febreze on everybody, right? The government is just spraying Febreze because they want us to smell good. But isn't it interesting? The Crazies, 2010, the government is spraying Febreze on everybody. And then what do we see? We see a satellite looking down on the area getting sprayed with the Febreze. And there happens to be a plane that crashes near this small town. This lets loose the Febreze body odor weapon. And everybody goes cray-cray. Now, there's some images that have been coming out, supposedly, of Karunka, people acting cray-cray. I can't verify that. I don't know. I don't have any opinion on that. No way for me to know. But this reminded me of the movie Bug. Remember Bug with Ashley Judd and Michael Shannon? back in the day. That was like 2005, 6, right? Remember what that's about? That's about the nanotech, and they're like targeted, right? I don't do that stupid TI stuff. That's a bunch of retards. But in Bug, this is relevant because Bug is, guess who directed Bug? William Friedkin. What did William Friedkin direct? Exorcist. If you've not watched my Exorcist lecture or analyses, go watch the Exorcist analyses, because guess who consulted on The Exorcist? The CIA. The Exorcist was psychological warfare and experimentation. That's public. Go look up the articles. I cite them in my analysis of The Exorcist. But so the Crazies, there's not a lot really relevant in the Crazies except for the government spraying Febreze. It's not really Febreze, dummies. So we did Crazies. I've done Omega Man. If you want to watch Omega Man, you can go watch my Omega Man analysis. My Omega Man analysis with Charlton Heston from my cold dead buns. Right? Numbs my buns, as Audrey says. Is Omega Man that great? No, it's not. It's a remake of Last Man on Earth, the Vincent Price, but it does have Powdered Donut Dude, and he is funny. So it is fun to watch Powdered Donut Zombie guy. I've not yet reviewed 28 Days Later, so I won't mention 28 Days Later. This one, of course, now we've done Will Smith movies before, but this is relevant because it's the story by what's his face? What's his name? Isn't it Asimov? Isn't this an Asimov story? Am I getting it mixed up, or is it somebody? Am I thinking of iRobot? Anyway, this one's relevant because it's about bloodlines, if you remember that, and the pure bloodlines. And so he ends up being sort of a savior figure because he's got the pure bloodline and all that. So insofar as it relates to the bloodline notions, that movie is relevant. It does have some interesting predictive programming, which is actually what I covered the first time I was on radio in 2007, many years ago. It is worth watching. Not that great of a movie, actually, but we're going to move through some of these. Now, everybody kind of hates on this movie. I don't actually think it's that bad. I've always liked Invasion of the Body Snatcher type movies. Obviously, the original is great, the black and white classic. I think that one is a Cold War propaganda film relating to Marxism, communism, and the threat of becoming part of the communist Borg. So the old one is an anti that. The 70s one actually mentions stabbies. And I think it mentioned the one with Donald Sutherland and Leonard Nimoy and Veronica Cartwright. I think it also mentions the water. But regardless, if it doesn't, this one is relevant because they poison the water. Everybody knows this one. I'm going to, I think, reserve a full analysis of one of my favorite movies. Great movie. Terry Gilliam, of course, classic 12 Monkeys. A lot of interesting predictive elements in this. A lot of philosophy in this film, too. Now, we covered this with Tristan and Hesher when I hit 40,000. I think the 40,000 stream or the 45,000. So it's going to deserve its own video, but if you're looking for viral films to watch during the... Naturally, if we're all on lockdown, you're going to watch... Literally, everybody's watching these kinds of movies, or they're being recommended to watch these kinds of movies in the algorithms. I don't know. But I would not... Bug is a difficult movie to watch. I'm not sure I would recommend Bug. unless you like the movies where people go crazy. The Bay, the 2012 movie The Bay. I didn't think The Bay was that good. I was a little let down with The Bay. Not much relevant in The Bay. Kind of just like an environmental propaganda film. Everybody's saying, what about 28 Days Later? Yeah, I mean, you got 28 days and 28 weeks. I have not watched these in many years, but I don't really expect there's going to be too much in that other than zombies running fast. I don't care. Now, there's other viral films that we could do. If I don't move on, though, we're not going to have any time. So let's see what else. I mentioned these the other day. Now, Contagion. Contagion is an obvious one. I'm going to say, if you want my Contagion analysis, that one's so obvious. Go to my Instagram. Everybody follow me on Instagram. If you scroll down a little bit on my IG, on my IG, you'll see where I posted in 3 screenshots my analysis of Contagion. And that's where I predicted certain things. What else? I did not have time to see Andromeda Strain, so I think that's one of the Michael Crichton's earliest ones. We know Michael Crichton usually has some pretty wild stuff in his films. So there's some other kind of B movies, direct-to-DVD movies, Carriers. I don't really like World War Z. I mean, kind of annoying. Was it bad? I wouldn't say it was bad. The ending was dumb. I felt like I was being cheated at the ending of World War Z, but I guess there's supposed to be a sequel to World War Z with Brad Pitt and all that. I don't know. People were saying Dreamcatcher, the other Steve King thing. I've seen Dreamcatcher. I have the DVD. I haven't watched it in many years. It does have some interesting Jungian archetypes, symbolism in it. But was there something out? I don't even remember there being anything like that in the movie. So I'm not sure why that was listed on people's. Do the animals have some kind of mange or something on them or something like that? Is that what it is? I don't know, something like that. The film you really want to watch during this time period is Cabin Fever. I suggest everybody watch Cabin Fever and watch it on repeat. Put your DVD on repeat and hear sirens. Is Moishel. Maybe in my little town we got Moishel being set up. I'm joking. There's not. Yeah, I went outside today. I've been out a couple times in the past few days. I had stocked up on some groceries just to be safe. Everything looked the same to me. I didn't see anything different going down, except that I think one restaurant was closed, and all the nasty fast food, all the ass food was open, and the grocery was out of eggs and meat and bread, which I don't eat bread anyway. And I bought 3 weeks worth of meat a long time ago. So, but everything else, like nothing. Didn't see any convoys. I didn't see any barricades being set up. I don't know what's going to happen, but we get to the news. I'm trying to figure out how to handle the news section because it's like you can't talk about things, but you can. You know what I mean? So I'm trying to figure out how to do the news. Anyway, let's see. You know what else? There's not as many viral movies as you would think. You would think that, there's a million BO, body odor movies, right? There's not. I've got like 15, 20 max. I thought there was like a whole endless. Now there's probably a million like straight to DVD crap ones that I've never seen or heard of, but yeah, there's not as many as you would think. Which ones are actually good? Omega Man is a pretty good movie. Contagion is not a good movie. I don't know why people are trying to argue with me about Contagion being a good movie. It's not a good movie. It's terrible. I like the Crazies. I think it's okay. 12 Monkeys would be the best of all these. All the Invasion Body Snatchers are good. Probably the newer one is the least good, but I still like it. 28 Days Later, the first one is good. The second one, it's okay. I Am Legend is mediocre. The Stand was really dumb. I am interested to rewatch Andromeda Strain because I think Andromeda Strain is the first of these kinds of films, the first of these kind of Outbreak films. I think David Cronenberg has an Outbreak type of movie, which I've never seen, so I can't comment on that. I'm interested to see it because he oftentimes does have some pretty wild stuff in his films. Yeah. Outbreak, pretty terrible, pretty obvious propaganda. So you're kind of limited in terms of the Outbreak scenario film versions. Actually, there was a remake of one of these that I watched that was not bad. It was a remake of Invasion of the Body Snatchers I watched a few months ago. Oh, what was it? Maybe The Imitation? I'll never find it now. There was something like that. That was like a remake. There's another version of Invasion of the Body Snatchers that wasn't a theatrical release, but it was pretty good. Something like The Imitation or The Imitators. I don't know, something like that. I watched it 6 months ago. It was actually okay. Anyway, so yeah, not that great when it comes to your options for this. But remember, if you want to follow me on my IG and go get your fill of all of the funny, fun, genius things there. I actually had a minuscule say-so in this beautifully designed shirt. I would recommend everyone go and find a copy. This will be currency in the when we're all in the bunkers. So go find this shirt. You can go to my feed and you'll find how to get that. I picked a few of these pretty faces, so you can go find that shirt. That's a cool thing to get. It's not going to be toilet paper. It's going to be that. People can be trading in those during this event. All right. So that's it for movies. Anybody else got any movies that I missed that are relevant to this situation? Don't send me movies about the apocalypse. I know about those. I've seen them all, every one of them. Don't send me movies that relate to zombies unless it has the body odor scenario. Did I miss one? What do you guys think? It's been going on forever. Seventh Seal. Is that a release? I guess it does. That's a pretty bad movie. You're not talking about... No, you're talking about The Seventh Sign with the one with like Demi Moore and she's giving birth to the Antichrist or something. Mimic. Yeah, I saw Mimic a long time ago. Boy, would that be a stink bomb. That would definitely be... yeah, Outland. I forgot. There are some B movies that have that kind of scenario. Outland. I think Sean Connery's in that. Yeah, that would be one. If you're looking for B movies. There's that one with Patrick Swayze, too. Was that a bio release or was that just a post-apocalypse? I can't remember. The Ending of Thanos? That's not a bio release. A body odor release. Planet of the Apes. Yeah, maybe. Poo Snakes. What is it? Oh, yeah, Poo Snakes. I didn't like 28 Weeks. It wasn't as good as 28 Days, but I didn't think it was a terrible sequel. Dirty Dancing. Yes, in Dirty Dancing, Patrick Swayze's dance moves unleash the apocalypse. I know... Oh, okay, so the Ingmar Bergman's Seventh Seal has the plague. I gotcha. Yes, Roadhouse is about the end of the world. Children of Men. Something makes everybody sterile in Children of Men. That's a good one. I think I do have Children of Men. I have seen the BBC series Survivors. Yes, that's a good one for that type of stuff. The Faculty. No, The Faculty is an instantiate. It's one of the many incarnations of the Invasion of the Body Snatchers scenario. I actually like The Faculty. I think it's a pretty good movie. It's comical, satirical. It's actually a satire of all of society. If you go back and watch The Faculty, I'll defend that. It's actually satirizing the cliques and divisions, not of high school, but of all society. Pretty fascinating if you read it that way. Because what is the Josh Hartnett character doing? He represents the black market. And the boomers are part of the problem in that movie. The end is near with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. By the way, yeah, it's Kareem who is the street preacher in The Stand. I forgot about that. Ex Machina, yeah, no, that's not a body odor release. Yeah. Prince of Darkness, I love that. We've done Prince of Darkness here. I have multiple streams on. I don't know why every time I do a John Carpenter stream, the algorithm just freezes it at 5,000. So, but you can go search and find my John Carpenter streams. They're a lot of fun. I did the whole Apocalypse trilogy. So I did Prince of Darkness, and then They Live, and In the Mouth of Madness. So those are there. You can go watch those. The TV series Condor, haven't seen that. Yeah, I have seen the first half of Utopia. It's just I keep forgetting to get back to it. So Tristan and I have been talking for months about doing an analysis of Utopia, which is a great series. That's literally an entire series written partially about predictive programming. Yeah, we've already mentioned that. Let's see what else. Yeah, so I think we've got most of the movie body odor release scenarios. All right, we've been going for a while. I don't know if I have the energy to do. You know what? I'm going to tell you that if you want my analysis of the news, go to the Boiler Room that is the most recent on my podcast feed. So if you guys don't know, if you can't ever listen or watch the YouTube, you can always listen to the audios on my podcast. And so the last Boiler Room we did with the great director Melissa Dykes of True Stream Media, myself, Tristan, and Hesher and Spore, we did a 3-hour yap fest. Yap. And I think we have fun tonight. Now I have a treat. I'm going to have to save the treat, though, because if I do the treat, we're going to be going all night. I'm trying to keep my streams down a little bit so I don't get too long. But you guys have been very generous tonight, which I appreciate. Do you guys want to know the treat, or do you want me to save the treat? Because we're going to do... I had this ridiculous idea for a treat for y'all. I think I need all my voice to do it, though. I don't know if I could do it without. I might have to save it for the next Goofy stream. Y'all, we on lockdown. We got every day, all day for the next 10 years of lockdown, right? Where we can just do this. So, the treat. You guys want to know the treat? Or you want me to save it? I'm going to let you decide. Prometheus kind of has a body odor release. Yeah. What do you guys want? Treat or no? You tell me. Do it? Treat? Now, I'm not going to do it right now because... So, here's the treat. I'll tell you what it is. This is not going to be... this is just for fun, just for silly, just for shites and giggles. For shites and giggles. For shites and giggles. I saw these at a bookstore and I had to pick them up because it just looks so ridiculous. And I read through one of these and I was like, that's some weird stuff in this. So I found a bunch of choose your own adventures. Would you hoes like to go on an adventure with me? I would like you hoes to go on an adventure, and you will help me. It will be audience participation. You will help me navigate these adventures. So I was just thinking, like, wouldn't it be funny to read through some Choose Your Own Adventure? And I will let you guys decide if we live or die. One of these had some pretty crazy stuff in it, I have to say, because I did start reading one of them just for Scheitengeigels. So we have The Underground Kingdom. That one looks fun. Look at that guy. That's like Bastion riding that big ass mangy dog, and you know what I'm talking about. Never ending story. You got Mystery of the Maya. Look at that dude. That's what you see when you're at the Mexican restaurant and you look at the table art looking up at you underneath your bag of chips and salsa. You see that dude. So we could do the Mystery of the Maya, Underground Kingdom, Mystery of the Maya. The Mystery of Chimney Rock. Some gilf coming at you. Watch out for her. The Third Planet from Altair. That giant genetically modified weed bud grabbing that dude in space. That one looks good. And then Trouble on Planet Earth, where you can't really see it, but Butterbean basically kidnaps kids. Remember Butterbean from UFC? Literally looks just like Butterbean kidnapping the emaciated soy boys. Trouble on Planet Earth. I thought it would be like there, and they're real quick. You know, you can read those really quick. It'd be fun. I don't know, just something stupid to do while we on lockdown. All right, I don't have any more energy. I'm spent. So be sure and like, share, subscribe, do all them things. Clickety clack. Follow me on all the socials and all that stuff. And since we're on lockdown, and we're not really on lockdown, but you know what I'm saying. Whatever's coming's coming. Don't be afraid, y'all. Remember, there's nothing to be afraid of, except for God himself. So we don't fear man, God, the state, right? I'm not saying we obey our leaders insofar as, you know, we're supposed to. But anyway, remember to have fun. This isn't the end of the world. You just go to my website, thank you DC Customs, $5, and you'll see the shop section, and you can order signed copies of my book there. You can go to the website and subscribe to get access to the archives. 4 or 5 years of vast sums of archival talks, lectures. Get yourself a PhD level education from your boy. And everybody have fun during lockdown. We got your city on lockdown, right? Yellow Claw. City on lockdown. Remember to read your Bibles while you're on lockdown. And I'm going to finish Genesis, yes. So, plenty of time to finish Genesis now on lockdown. Thank you guys. Very, very generous. All you people tonight. Much appreciated. Fun hanging out. Nothing more fun than hanging out with you guys. Oh, yeah, I missed one of the super chats. Sorry. Nikephorus Focus, $2. He says, Scanner Darkly Analysis, Philip K. Dick, Keanu, and Voldemort. Yes, I definitely need to do Scanner Darkly. I went and saw it in the theater when it came out, and I keep forgetting to do it. Matthew M., $2. King's Daughter is a Unitarian. I've talked about that. In fact, I was just telling Jamie that his daughter is a pastor. Bill Dungzeman, $2. In the future, we all live in Walmart. Yes, get ready to live in Walmart. I've been saying it for a long time. Ben, $2. Do you have a talk on the Dead Sea Scrolls? I do not. I have a talk on the reliability of the New Testament documents and some stuff relating to Isaiah, but I've not done anything specifically on Dead Sea Scrolls. I did see the claim from National Geographic that the copies in one of the museums are forgeries. Doesn't surprise me at all. There's forgeries out there for sure. But all right, thank you guys very much. Awesome night, a lot of fun. God bless, and I'll talk to you guys very soon.